Mabigat po ang aking puso habang pinagmamasdan natin ang epekto ng magnitude 7.8 na lindol sa ating mga komunidad. Marami ang nasirang bahay, gusali, paaralan, tulay at mga kalsada. Ang ilang lugar ay nahihirapan pa rin maabot dahil sa lawak ng pinsala. Pinakamabigat sa lahat, may mga buhay tayong nawala at may mga pamilyang nagdadalamhati sa oras na ito. Sa mga naulila, sa mga nasugatan, sa mga nawalan ng tahanan at sa lahat ng naapektuhan ng kalamidad na ito, nais kong ipaabot ang aking taos-pusong pakikiramay at panalangin. Nakikiisa kami sa inyong pagdadalamhati at sa inyong pagbangon. Maraming salamat sa ating mga government officials, respondents, volunteers, uniform personnel, healthcare workers at mga kawani ng gobyerno na walang pagod na nagtatrabaho upang matulungan ang ating mga kababayan. Higit sa lahat, maraming salamat sa ating mahal na Pangulo sa kanyang pagbisita sa ating lugar na naapektuhan ng lindol. Maraming salamat po, Mr. President, sa lahat ng tulong na ibinigay niyo po sa amin. Sa mga panahong tulad nito, higit natin kailangan ang pagkakaisa, malasakit at pananampalataya. Patuloy po tayong mag-ingat, sundin natin ang mga abiso ng ating mga otoridad. Tulungan natin ang ating mga kapitbahay at ipagdasal natin ang bawat pamilyang naapektuhan. Sa mga nais pong magpaabot ng kanilang tulong, pwede niyo pong ipadala ang inyong mga donasyon through MANNY PACQUIAO Foundation at PACQUIAOFoundation.org, Emmanuel and Gensan Heart Foundation. Maaring malakas ang lindol na ating naranasan, ngunit higit na makapangyarihan ang ating Panginoon na may hawak ng sanlibutan. Siya may bigay ng buhay sa atin. Sama-sama tayong pabangon, sama-sama nating muling itayo ang mga nasira at sama-sama nating ipakita ang tunay na diwa ng pagkakaisa, katatagan at pagmamalasakit sa kapwa. Mahal ko kayong lahat, mga kababayan ko. Patuloy po tayong magdasal para sa Sarangani and Gensan at sa lahat ng mga probinsya at city na naapektuhan ng lindol na ito. And stay strong. Ito lang po ang maiwan ko sa inyo. Stay strong in the Lord. He is our refuge, our strength, and our hope. God bless everyone because God is good all the time. Stay safe. Thank you.
Defense and finds una under the ilalim. Santana
Nice pass.
with a 3 by Marlon Tayon. 3. Yes!
We continue our coverage of the 8th season of the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, a nice beachfront, and at the heart of this humble town is the Pona Gymnasium, where tonight 2 teams in the South Division look to bounce back from their respective defeats as they gear up for another playoff run this season. And they have added new pieces to their roster. Joseph Gabayni returns for Zamboanga, last played here in Season 6, going up against Samboy de Leon and the rest of the Gensan Warriors. Yan po yung magkalaban in the second game, a showdown in Mindanao between Zamboanga and Gensan. Magandang gabi mga kaliga. Ken Pangalinan kasama si Coach Mike Perez at courtside we have Miss Gianna Lianes. Coach Mike, anong masasabi mo sa mga ginawang addition nitong dalawang kupunan na ito heading into this season?
Well, one, I think Sambo is a good fit para this Gensan Warriors. A lot of energy that he brings to the floor, lalo na pagdating sa edginess. And I feel Joseph Gabayni is always going to be a guy that you want in the middle to help fortify yung kanilang centro spot.
Patiin natin yung mga nanonood sa atin live on our official MPBL YouTube channel, on Solar Sports and Tap Sports. Zamboanga, marami silang dinagdag. They had a poor start to the season, 1-7. They won 3 straight. But battled probably their first test rather since acquiring sila Fortsky Levy and B. Will losing out to Binyan 53-72.
I've always thought that Zamboanga's become a better defensive team, but against that Binyan suffocating defense and paint control, medyo doon na nagkaroon ng challenge. Minus 12 when it comes to rebounds, the shot efficiency, Zamboanga was forced to settle for poor looks in my opinion, and then the rebounding though, so much that they have to work for, especially against a good rebounding team in Binyan.
And things will not get any easier para dito sa Zamboanga because they're facing off against arguably the top team in the South so far, itong Gensan Warriors. But for them, kailangan din nilang bumawi because last time they faced off against another team from Mindanao, itong Basilan, nadapa sila in a game where it was pretty much back and forth. Basilan though, with John Wilson hitting that game-winning jumper. Hazel Gabo had a chance to tie it up in regulation, but that three-point shot rimming out and Basilan escaping with a win.
Minus 16 pagdating sa points in the paints, minus 12 fast break points. Yun ang medyo mas concerning ka if you're Gensan. Because in 22 points, okay na yan. Most of our points have really come from 3. And also, you're getting only 33 bench points. That is pretty crucial. You got 14 points from Valacuña and 9 from Mark Cruz. Not so much of help coming off the bench. And we'll see what adjustments they will make against the Zamboanga team.
Zamboanga and Gensan will meet in our second game. So Miguel Pere can take it away.
Action continues here inside the Pola Gymnasium. Welcome to our second game between Zamboanga and Gensan. Live on Solar Sports, Tap Sports, and on YouTube channel. This is the 2026 Manny PACQUIAO'S MPBL Season 8. Let's meet the starters. First, for Zamboanga, Sikat. Starting at guard number 4, Paeng Are. Also at guard number 15, Reg Gabat. At center number 10, Joseph Gabayni. Forward number 18, Inad Fornilos. Also at forward number 24, Brandon Wilson. The head coach for Zamboanga is J.R. Carlos. Assistant coaches, Drake Santos, Raymond Chonco, and Joe Pertabia. Team manager Martin Go. The team owner is Zamboanga City Honorable Congresswoman Kat Chua. Now, the starters for Gensan Warriors. Starting at forward number 10, RJ Minerva. Also at forward number 22, Anton Eusebio. At center number 14, Chris Porter. At guard number 99, Samboy De Leon. Also at guard number 35, Hesed Gabo. The head coach for Gensan is Consi coach Elvis Tolentino. Assistant coaches Boying Diloy, Delphine Dacutan, Rizal Castro, James Bartolome, Don Tolentino, Apple Coronado, and Peter Deligero. Team consultant Noy Pido. Team manager Merman Gomez.
Starting 5 brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Zamboanga Sikat, Pareding, Paeng Are, Reg Gabat, Joseph Gabayni, Inan Cornilos, and Brandon Wilson. For the Gensan Warriors, Hesit Gabo, Samboy De Leon, Chris Porter, Anton Eusebio, and RJ Minerva. Our game officials are Edmar Aves, J. Francisco, and Grace Vicente. Fourth referee is Maynard Centeno. Zamboanga, pinag-start agad si Joseph Gabayni, while for Gensan, their newest pair, RJ Minerva and Samboy De Leon, also earning a start in this ball game, Coach Mike.
And I am definitely loving it, seeing these new faces and pretty curious how they integrate dito sa kanilang respective teams. Coach Joseph is gonna be a guy that would help out down in the middle, but Samboy and even RJ Minerva are gonna bring a lot on the perimeter, offense and defense, even three-point shot making.
They come out empty on their first possession. Zamboanga in orange, Paeng Are manning the point guard duties for Zamboanga. Reg Gabat inside, Gabayni getting himself into position to score but can't convert. Are with a steal, dumps it to B-Will. And a foul will go against RJ Minerva.
And you like the energy that Zamboanga Sikat is bringing early in this game. You know, I've always talked about how they defend, and that to me has been the change mid of the season para dito sa team na ito. Let alone the scorers that they brought in. And one of them being this guy right here, B. Will.
Brandon Wilson, apparently, his grandmother is from Pampanga. So yung lolo at lola daw ni Brandon Wilson, nag-meet daw yan nung sundalo, yung lolo ni Brandon, serving duty in Pampanga, and that's where they met. And shout out to Daphne Cristobal for feeding that information. So siya yung nakausap ni B. Will, no? When he was talking about his early childhood, his story. And he has turned out to be quite a pleasant surprise for Zamboanga.
Oh, pleasant surprise para sa atin na hindi siya masyadong, nakilala before he stayed here. But the others, I'm sure, that have known B. Will understands, you're getting a good recruit in B. Will if you're Zamboanga. In the meantime, about that 3 right here, very early for the Gensan Warriors.
Antonio Sebio hitting that 3-point shot to give them the lead. Gabayni ganap ng papasahan. Paeng Are leaning in, and he hits the shot from the baseline.
Oh, he's gonna have his work cut out for him today. I don't think we've seen Fortski, no, on the roster. So if he's not gonna be in there, the minutes should, go back to Paeng Are, which he shared. Another 3 on his way, man. Antonio Sebio, that's 2 out of 2.
Shooting 34.6% from 3 this season. Pair of threes early. Good sign for Gensan as they open up a 2-point lead. 2 minutes gone by in the first. Gabayni, naganot ng papasahan.
Ooh.
Nawala bagya ng concentration si Otep dun.
Oh. He was thinking easy bounce ng pa-curl up si Paeng Are, but Paeng, got rejected that curl and instead wanted to go the weak side of the floor, which is pretty much how he cuts underneath, lalo na on a floppy. So, unfortunately, it's turnover for Zamboanga.
Usually for Gensan, lalo nung nawala si Kyle Tolentino, it's Marvin Junicio getting the starting nod, but Coach Elvis Tolentino opting to try out itong dalawang bagong rest back niya, no? Si Samboy at si RJ. This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme Water Protected Speakers. Dive into music with Extreme Speakers.
How you love that pass that leads to the pass. That time Chris Porter feeding Anton on that 3. But Paeng Are is really gonna have his work cut out for him today. He is gonna have to try and get that ball, find teammates, dribble penetrate, spray out to free teammates. B. Will and him, I think on the scoring side, gotta do a lot of work today.
Wilson will trigger it in. Paeng Are heavily denied by Hesed Cabo. Fornilos gives it to Reg Gabat. Gabat turns it over. No, almost. It will stay with Zamboanga, but only 2 seconds left on their shot clock.
Ganda rin ang pagkakadampot dito kay Samboy De Leon talaga. Edginess on offense and defense, definitely something that you get out of him.
Gabayni has to fire. Air ball, shot clock violation against Zamboanga.
And that was the only guy that they were willing to give up the ball to. Si Joseph Gabayni. With that much time, you got to put the ball on the floor and try and create, which is a tough situation for Gabayni.
RJ attacking the defense of Fornilos. Minerva rising up, no good. Fornilos the rebound. Paeng Are charging through. Clean strip by Hesed Gabo. Last touch ang Gensan. Bola mananatili sa panig ng Zamboanga.
Yeah, and Hesed Gabo, his defense is not leaving Paeng Are in that situation. He had all chest right in front of Paeng. Ooh, what a block.
Sent back to the friend zone by Antonio Sebio. LGR is the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Met him at the apex of that shot. Blitzed.
Gabo splitting 2 defenders. Pasa kay RJ Minerva.
Oh, wow.
Intercepted by Brandon Wilson, who will just lay it in for 2.
I was hoping that there would be some sort of a 2-hand slam. but he decides to go the easy way on that layup finish.
Tabla tayo, 6 apiece. De Leon to Antonio Eusebio. Gabo on the right side. About the same spot where he missed that game-tying triple against Basilan. He knocks it down and gives Gensan a 3-point lead.
That's something that he's really done so well. He's shooting so far close to 39% overall in the games that he's played. And you can blame him. That was his read in that situation in their last game. Meantime, Spray on the other end. Gabat.
May tulak laban sa Zamboanga. Steal of the game brought to you by the Extreme Boom Free Waterproof Speaker. Unstoppable sound, ultimate power.
Ganda ng pagkaka-anticipate ng ball reversal na yon, and that finish by B. Will.
Yeah. Sabi si Messi, Coach Mike,
Kala ko maasa pa naman ako. Makakita tayo sa mga fans ng Pola, no?
Well, there's Antonio Eusebio.
Yeah, no? Later, hopefully.
Gabo tried to feed ito si Chris Porter, but it will result into a turnover against Gensan.
They were doing what's called a short action when you have a third guy to try and pass it off over to the guy that's cutting.
MANNY Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Levy Hernandez and John Mahari inserted dito sa lineup ng Zamboanga. Brandon Wilson sablay yung 3. Gabo nakuha yung rebound. Set past the halfway point of quarter number 1. Gabo pull up off the back iron. Gabay need the rebound. Paeng Are trying to shake off Hesed Gabo.
Switch.
To the corner, Wilson. At the post, Gabayni face-up jumper off the glass and in.
That one's easier. More the turf of Joseph Gabayni. Ball on the short corner, little face-up using the glass.
Gabo lobs it up. Broken up by Joseph Gabayni. Mahari, nice rim run on his way to the basket.
4-point run here by Zamboanga. Doing so much better compared to the early possessions that they've got. Medyo nag-dry ng konti yung possession para dito sa Gensan. Another potential steal right there by B. Will.
Off the leg of Antonio Eusebio. Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
And Brandon definitely rewarding that run by John Mahari after getting that possession.
Mike Are comes into the ball game.
Kalisa is in as well.
So Joseph Gabayni, the lone starter remaining on the floor. Mike Are open look. Straight. But it results into a miss. Pushing foul against John Mahari on that rebounding battle.
Yeah, little stack action para dito sa Zamboanga. Trying to set up 2 guys underneath to come off an action after a decision is made by the handler. In that instance happens to be Paeng Are. I thought they were trying to see if there was going to be parang a lob pass over to Joseph Gabayni off a back pick from John, but they never got to that.
Mark Cruz, Sean Andrews, Larry Rodriguez, Val Acuña, and Adi Santos.
That's another guy.
Para sa Gensan, magkakasama sa loob. Bench unit for Coach Elvis Tolentino. Mintes yung 3 ni Val Acuña. Talisay on the run against Val Acuña. Fails to finish. Bola babalik sa Warriors. Haven't seen Marwin Jonicio today for Gensan. Probably Gianna has a report on that one. Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Adi Santos sa ilalim. Will earn himself 2 free throws. Former Zamboanga player. Tagal din ito na naglaro sa Zamboanga. Ito si Adi.
Oo. Tsaka ano yan, wing defender, rebounder. You know, one of the primary defenders of the teams that he's played on, to si Adi Santos.
Yeah, played 3 seasons with Zamboanga. Prior to that, another 3 seasons with Batangas. was part of the championship team where they won the inaugural title with Coach Mactan.
And so far, the 10 games that he's played, he's roughly average about close to 20 minutes per game, 8 points per game, shoots a very high 67% clip.
Mintis nga lang yung kanyang free throws coming out empty on that trip. Under 3 minutes left, Zamboanga still up by 1. Scoring has slowed down in the past couple of minutes. This is where Levy Hernandez comes in handy, drills in the 3.
Yeah, and he does come in handy in that situation. Little stagger pin down for Levy Hernandez on the top of the key 3. This one's a good one.
Babawiin ba ni Acuña? Hindi. Rebound nakuha ni Kalisay. Naagaw ni Mark Cruz. The Ant-Man turns around, shoots it over Arthur Kalisay.
One of the best teams when it comes to points off turnovers, and Mark Cruz makes sure after that steal, he will get that fader in.
Snaps that 7-0 run by Zamboanga. Mike Are.
Same play.
Kalisay off the dribble. Got popped in the mouth by Adi Santos.
And the Kalisay, one of the guys that had really elevated shooting, lalo na from the outside. Getting hit on the face.
So no Marvin Janicio for Gensan, no Fortsky Padrigao for Zamboanga. Ay, sapat na pala na sundot.
Inadvertent naman.
Oo.
It's a regular foul.
Both teams not yet in penalty. Levy Hernandez, Brandon Wilson, and Fortsky Padrigao combined for just 6 points in their latest loss against Binyan. That's a far cry from their debut where they combined for 43 points. That's why a lot of people were excited about that trio coming in. Mahari, nawala sa kanya yung bola, babalik ang possession sa Gensan.
Little bit of a slow start for Gensan, in my opinion. Only on guys like Antonio Sebio and Hesed Gabo have been the only ones that have scored.
Mark Cruz.
Nice pass.
Sean Andrews blows the layup. Tried to get it back, and he does. Staying with it, Sean Andrews.
That's the very first couple second chance points so far for the Gensan Warriors.
Hernandez. Pass to Mike Are. Throws it away. Mark Cruz. We come back the other way. Tied at 13 apiece. Under a minute left in quarter number 1. Open look. Larry Rodriguez. Wala. Mahari nakuha yung rebound. Siya na magbababa para sa Zamboanga.
Mike.
Are turns baseline. Good job by Mark Cruz cutting him off. Bunyag comes up for a screen.
Wow.
Kalisay finding a crease in the defense, lays it in for the easy basket.
Rejects that screen and finds an open lane. Had to be creative about that finish.
The Ant-Man for free, short. Kalisay another board. Zamboanga could opt for the final shot of the quarter. Hernandez though is feeling it off the crossover dribble. Mintis nga lang. Andrews the other way, making them pay.
4 points quickly for Sean Andrews.
And the first quarter comes to a close. Two teams battling it out. Zamboanga and Gensan. And it has delivered so far, Coach Mike.
Yes, indeed, and we kind of expected, shot making from the outside from the Gensan Warriors, coming of course from Hesed Gabo and Antonio Sebio. But the second unit that has come in for Zamboanga has really elevated their style of play. Kalisay, Levy Hernandez, John Mahari have really provided that much-needed energy coming off the bench.
We're tied at the end of quarter number 1, 15 apiece.
White Sox is back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even up the game. E9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Sox wins the game!
Win the game. Easy lang with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan a QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. Let's hear it from Gianna Lianes.
Ken and Coach Mike, as you guys said, no Forsky Padrigaw nga for Zamboanga today, but he will be making his return next game. A big debut, however, for Zamboanga, literally, is Joseph Gabayni. Sabi ni Joseph Gabayni, parang homecoming daw niya ang pagbabalik niya dito sa Zamboanga since he did play for them before and he loves being reunited with the likes of Bunyag and Mahari. He started practicing with the team on Monday at napansin niya agad ang potential ng kanyang younger players. So he's hoping that his veteran presence will help them get into the playoffs. This is also his second time going against the Gensan Warriors this season. The first, of course, being with the Ilagan Isabela Cowboys. Kaya binigyan niya ng payo ang kanyang mga teammates that in order for them to have a chance to win today, they must show that they are more eager. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. And they've done that here in the first quarter, keeping it swept with Gensan. And now forcing them into a shot clock violation. And I thought it was the bench that gave them a lift in that first period. Coach Mike talking about tong Zamboanga.
Yeah, indeed. You see the scoring production from Levy Hernandez. He had a 3-point make earlier, and then Kalisay also had a couple of points to go with John Mahari. That already is half the scoring of itong Zamboanga in the first quarter.
Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. Bunyag gives it up to Levy Hernandez. Bunyag pivots inside, can't finish. It was right there at the cup.
That's a take.
Open look, Val Acuna. Niluwa. Adi Santos with offensive rebound, something he does really well. Rodriguez, mintis pa din, agawan sa bola. Ashon Andrews comes away with a pack. Comes out of the pack rather. Mark Cruz for free. And those multiple shot opportunities have been huge for Gensan.
And I tell you, Ken, the Gensan Warriors is one of the most fun teams to watch this season. A lot of ball movement. They got a shot. I got a teammate that's got a better look. Leaves it up for Mark. And Mark definitely a guy that can hit the shot from top of the three. And these guys are just fun to watch.
Timeout Zamboanga, now trailing by 3. Get ready for the plot twist of the season. What happens when your boss falls for you, but your secret is too big to reveal? Don't miss the newest Turkish drama to hit Philippine screens, Twist of Fate, weeknights at 8 on Solar Flix, which is seen on Sky Channel 16, Signal Channel 21, Cable Link Channel 33, and DDT Channel 21 in Metro Manila. Maswabe na yung delivery ko, Coach Mike.
I love it when you guys, it's the second time that, you're the second person, of course. Juanito did that in that game against Batangas. And I love it when you get to the part, what happens if, wow.
Next time nga sa kanya may pabasa.
Wag.
Ha? Pwede ba yun?
Wag. You're putting me on the spot,
5 seconds left sa shot clock ng Zamboanga. Are, nowhere to go.
That's tough.
Rebounded by Mark Cruz. Another one from Mark, no good. Fornilos the rebound, di nakatingin si Bunyag. Buti na lang, nandun si Kalisay. Skip pass to Mike Are.
With one more, yeah.
Hernandez. Throws it away. Turnover again against the Sikat. Both teams with 7 turnovers each.
Ito yung mga ramdam mo na yung sa turnover ni Levy Hernandez na nagkakapaan pa, no, kung paano yung magiging role, yung timing. had the right idea in mind. Lev Hernandez knew that was going to be a role by Fornilos, but the timing, dun sila nagkakaroon ng miscom. So, a little bit of adjustment as well for these new guys for Zamboanga.
Larry Rodriguez, Adi Santos, Mark Cruz, Val Acuña, and Ashon Andrews for Gensan. Cruz locates Larry Rodriguez at the elbow. Natapik ni Gabayni. He's thinking that bola nila, no? Pababa na siya sa opensa eh.
Nagmamadali rin kasi si Larry dun sa pagkakataon na yan. He felt a little bit of a fumble, pero kung titingnan mo, siya yung libre pa rin eh. Even on that fumble, could have taken that shot, but it is what it is. But thankfully for them, that possession remains.
2 segundo na lang sa shot clock. Oh, Gabo!
Wow!
Outsmarting the Zamboanga Sikat, throwing it at the back of his defender.
How many times has he done that? Parang 3 beses na this season, I think. Ibang klase yung Hesed Gabo.
So just the basketball IQ off the charts. Hesed Gabo. The pitch ahead. Ashon Andrews keeping himself in bounds. Val Acuña pumihit. Andrews against Fornilos. Turns around. Cut by Larry Rodriguez. Sidestep beauty from Kuya Larry.
Bihira mong marinig yun.
Kalisay answers right back with a free. Snaps that 7-0 run by Gensan.
Well, action picking up now here between these two teams. Good finish kanina by Rodriguez. That time, a 3 in the corner for Zamboanga.
Gabo fouled by Are.
Tama, Kalisay on that 3 though.
Play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Sidestep beauty. Bihira mong marinig yan kay Larry, ano? Ganda!
Timeout requested by Coach Elvis Tolentino. They are in front by 4, 22-18. We'll be right back after a short break.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayan bigyan papakari. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang tugunan.
Welcome back to the MPBL. You can't win them all. Yun daw ang natutunan ng Gensan Warriors sa last loss nila. Coach Elvis said it was a humbling experience that they needed. Now, in all of his seasons coaching in the MPBL, ito naman ang unang pagkakataon na nakapunta si Coach Elvis dito sa Mindoro. He noticed the people are very optimistic, hoping his team shows that same positivity today. He said he also has high hopes in their new additions in Samboy, RJ, and Ashon, saying he got them because of their work ethic, which could help take them far into the season. Ken and Coach Mike?
Maraming salamat, Gianna. What do you think of how they're doing so far? Binanggit ni Gianna, no? Si Samboy, si RJ, Ashon Andrews, naglaro na rin the other day against Basilan.
Well, I think they're fitting, tama lang para dito sa Gensan Warriors. I like those 3 acquisitions by the Gensan Warriors. Different ways that these guys can help. Minerva definitely can hit shots from the outside, even a force underneath as well. Defensively, you gain a Samboy De Leon, who you're going to need to try and check, really good scorers of your opponents, let alone his edginess when he plays. And of course, Ashon Andrews, the athleticism in him, his length, no? And he brings a lot to the table, and I don't think we've even seen, the best of Ashon Andrews. And I like that he's here in Gensan, and I'm really looking forward to how he performs.
Lahat athletic eh.
Oo. At saka maganda nga yung attitude eh.
Oo. Paing-are, walang napuntahan. Turnover number 8 against Zamboanga.
Might one say na itong Gensan Warriors have brought in the talent that has really fit well into their system, no?
MANNY Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. Hesed Gabo. He's been the engine of this offense, but Eusebio throws it away. Paing-are, bounce pass, Reg Gabat scores over Gabo.
Good steal. Knew that there was going to be a ball reversal on that wing, with that ball on the wing. Nice one more.
Gabo, no. Minerva, yes.
Yan yung binibigay siya ni RJ Minerva talaga. Yung sipag at tiyaga sa ilalim. Kahit walang touches, no? Trying to get the rebound and extending possessions for them.
Brandon Wilson. Posting up Antonio Sebio. Earlier, he got blocked, but that time, he was able to draw a foul against Anton. Last break of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
And Paengare, over the course of the years that he's played, he's seen that skip from the wing all the way to that weak side corner 3. And he knew na if he gets in the passing lane, he's eventually gonna get it. How about this matchup though between Antonio Sebio and Brandon? Ano? Ganda rin, no?
Oo. Si Brandon Wilson ay tubong Los Angeles, California. Galing Canada naman si Anton. Itong free throw na ito, din sa atin yung next stream, ang subok at kumpletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. B. Will getting the back end of his free throws. Baba sa 5 ang lamang ng Gensan, approaching the halfway point of the second quarter. Eusebio keeps his dribble alive, takes the free from the right wing and makes it. Third triple of the ball game for Anton.
Antonio Sebio has hit 3 triples already in this game. Kabilaan yan, ha? Sa arc 3.
Has yet to miss 3 out of 3 from that distance. Gabayni, naghanap ng papasahan, 5 segundo sa kanilang shot clock.
Yep.
Forced to take that long 2. Rebound controlled by Samboy De Leon.
And that was a shot they were willing to give up. The Joseph Gabayni long 2, and that's a push.
RJ Minerva got trucked that time.
Pero kung pag-absorb din lang ng konta, kayang-kaya ni RJ.
One of the OG guys from that Quezon Huskers squad na nag-debut nung season 5. So he spent roughly at least 3 seasons. Then a portion of the season this year before moving over to Gensan. Gabo! Muntik ng mag-backcourt. 6 seconds left sa kanilang shot clock. Hesed trying to shake off Paengare. Pocket pass na agaw ni Inan Fornilos. Paengare, shot fake. Got RJ Minerva out of position and he scores on the fast break. Samboy on the other end, wala. Tatakbo na naman ang Zamboanga. Reg Gabat. 5 on 4. Gabayni, couple of pump fakes. Can't finish. Samboy limping on the other end.
He landed awkwardly after that. Shot right around the short corner. And as he went down, doon na siya, diretso na siya pababa.
Coach Elvis wants a review because he thought that something happened which forced Samboy De Leon to fall down on the floor. 29-23 in favor of the Gensan Warriors. Gensan is 12-2. Zamboanga is 4-8. But this edition of Zamboanga, much better compared to what they had to begin. Commissioner Emerita Zaldi Rilubid and Rudy Distrito. Jer Carlos taking over after a couple of games for Zamboanga. Kanina, we were tied 15 all. Zamboanga had that lead 4 points in the first quarter, but Gensan slowly regaining their bearings. Sila na yung abante dito, no? Led by as many as 8.
Substitution, Val Acuña for Samboy De Leon.
Val Acuña,
Arthur Calisa for Inan Fornilos.
kapalitan niya muna si Samboy De Leon. Gensan still up by 6. Again, no Marwin Junicio today. Kyle Tolentino, we all know his status.
Yeah.
Continuing to pray for his speedy recovery, si Kyle. Lagi naman nanonood yan eh.
Oo, lagi nanonood dyan. And I'm sure he's wanting to be part of the games that they play.
Eusebio, his first miss from the field. Wilson in transition. Bounce pass to Are. Masyadong masikip. Paeng will pull it out. Levi Hernandez wants a pick. Wilson on the left side. Working on RJ Minerva. Wilson. Siya pa ang last touch.
And when you think of it, ang dami ring magandang wing defenders pala sa Gensan. No? I totally forgot about Marwin Junicio. So you put in there Marwin Junicio, Adi Santos, Samboy De Leon, RJ Minerva. These guys can defend the perimeter scorers of the other teams.
Carl Gloria also has
Gloria,
emerged
andyan
to
pa
be
pala
a
si
key
Gloria.
contributor.
Oo nga pala.
Has played well the last 3 games. But Coach Elvis Tolentino opting to try out his new guys. Chris Porter gumulong palabas yung kanyang jumper.
Sayang, ang ganda ng pagkakapocket pass na yon. Ang ganda rin ng roll ni Chris Porter din.
Are drawing contact. Foul against Mark Cruz. 2 of the feistiest guards rather. Paeng and Mark.
Different players na in terms of offensive style. Paeng loves to bring the ball inside the paint and get situations off of it. Si Mark naman tries to read because of the closeouts that he forces because of his made threes. Definitely parehong mga gwardiya na alam mo may bit-bit sa kanilang posisyon sa kanilang respective teams. And you're loving it if you're Zamboanga and Gensan.
Zamboanga with Paeng Are, 15 points, lone bright spot against Binyan, 4 of 9 shooting from the field, 2 of 5 from free, 5 of 6 from the line. But uncharacteristically, missing a pair of free throws.
That ball stays with Gensan. Last touch by Wilson.
RJ Minerva on the floor. He will be replaced by Larry Rodriguez.
So now Wilson looks like will be taking on Larry Rodriguez. John's gonna get Adi Santos. That's a good matchup. And then Kalisa is gonna get Antonio Eusebio. Ganda ng tapatan nito. Then you have Bala Acuña and Levi Hernandez.
Adi gets his former teammate John Bahari. Mark Cruz. 5 on their shot clock. Adi Santos made his move down low. Foul will be whistled on Brandon Wilson.
These Gensan Warriors are very quick to a decision. Off ball and on ball.
Baseline inbound, Acuña. Oh, good steal.
Yeah.
Wilson keeping it alive. Oh, Alisay blows the layup. Sorry, miss from Arthur. Eusebio, pasa kay Val. Acuña loves that spot. Umalog palabas. Labanan sa rebound, ending up with Paeng Are. Kicks it out. Levi Hernandez, corner pocket three. Lista mo na yan.
Sobrang dali ng pagkakataon ng kay Levi Hernandez. Pa-receive pa lang yung bola, alam mo na nakakasana yung kanyang shooting arm. Right there, that drive by Paeng Are, he had 3 guys on him and the easiest pass was to that corner shooter in Levi Hernandez.
Gensan forced to call for time and lead dwindled down to 3.
Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan.
Still with us in Pola Oriental Mindoro. Battle of two teams from Mindanao, Zamboanga and Gensan. 3-point lead for the Warriors, 29-26. Ken Pangalinan with Coach Mike Perez and Gianna Lianes. Earlier, Binyan won against Mikawayan Marilao. So this is an important game for Gensan. Sa Zamboanga rin naman, no? But in terms of placing at the top of the team standings, kumakatok na yung ibang mga opunan eh.
Correct.
Cebu, Batangas, and Binyan.
Yeah.
And also because of the pair of losses by Gensan against Abra and Basilan. And let's not forget, as Brandon Wilson ties it up after making the three, Quezon, sila na lang yung walang talo.
Correct. Hindi, tsaka pag magkakaroon na ng separation yan, pag nakalaban na yung mga top teams, no? That's when teams really get separated. Good jumper. Missed though by Mark.
Last touch, si Brandon Wilson. Gusto niya ipa-challenge at tuto pa rin naman ni Coach JR yung kanyang request. Firmly believing that last touch ang Gensan. So we'll find out if they're right.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Successful challenge. Kaya naman napaturo ka, Coach Mike. Ano nakakita mo doon?
Nagaya ko lang si si Ton.
Pabasahin mo kumamaya ito.
Ikaw naman, di ka na mabiro.
Ayun, kamay ni Adi.
Kaya di naman talaga. That's Zamboanga.
8-0 run by Zamboanga. They have pulled to it. Actually, tabla na po tayo. 29 all.
Oh! Yeah, clearly an offensive foul. Kanina pa yan.
Yun ang sasabihin ko eh. These two guys have been going at it since the start. Sean and Levy.
Two for one here for the Gensan Warriors. They're running chin.
Chris Porter has yet to score. Gives it up.
Oh my.
Open look for Valacuña. And he hits it from downtown.
The easiest shot to take for the Gensan Warriors. You get that ball swing over to Chris Porter on a handoff over to Valacuña. This is very similar to a play by the Golden State Warriors that's called Thumbs Out. And you love that both those shooters after went for that ball.
Pabalik ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino, the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League with Jer Carlos and the Zamboanga Sikat could hold out for the final shot of the half. Just a second differential between shot and game clock. Josh Fontanilla inserted here for the last 25 seconds. His first appearance. Brandon Wilson, malakas yung kanyang tres. Paul Punco, nakuha yung rebound. Reg Gabat, reloads.
Wow.
And hits it from beyond the arc to close out. In what has been a quite an eventful first half. A lot of lead changes. The ebbs and flows in this one, Coach Mike.
And you are liking the variety of ways that both these teams have actually scored. Kanina nakatres sa kabila si Balacuña, binawian kagad ni Reg Gabat at the turn of the half.
Tabla na naman tayo after 2 quarters, 32 apiece.
Steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal. That player's going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Loud wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Force Plus.
Welcome back to the Paula Gymnasium here at Paula Oriental Mindoro. Ako po si Gianna Lianes at halftime na ng ating second game here at the Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. It is between Gensan and Zamboanga. The score is 32-all. Ngayon, kausapin naman natin ang team manager ng Gensan Warriors, Sir Merman Flores. Sir Merman, let's get it out of the way because I know it is your assistant coach's birthday today. Why don't you give Coach Boying a quick birthday shout out?
Coach Boying, happy birthday.
He's showing his commitment. He's here today with your team. Now, let's talk about this game. It's been a pretty good game so far. Ano ang kailangan pang gawin ng inyong team to push forward?
I think we just got to play better defense in the second half and yeah, just get players involved and executing the offense.
Speaking of getting players involved, you guys had some big recruits during the trade period in Ashan, RJ, and Samboy. Kamusta naman ang pag-respond nila sa sistema ni Coach Elvis?
Okay naman, they just need to get used to the system of Coach Elvis and that's why they need to play more games and yeah, and hopefully they can contribute tonight's game and hopefully we get the W.
I know that a huge inspiration for your team are the victims as well of the recent earthquake in Gensan. I'm sure some of them are watching right now and I'm sure you're keeping motivated because of them. Ano naman ang mensahe mo sa kanila at sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa inyo?
Yeah, syempre sa lahat ng mga nanonood dyan sa Gensan, good evening po sa inyong lahat. Kay Mayora Lorely Pacquiao, and Bobby Pacquiao, and Consial Michael Pacquiao. I know you guys are doing your best out there for the people out in Gensan. And yeah, and thank you sa mga sponsors pala, MANNY Pay, Armor On, and lahat ng dito sa Mindoro, sa Paula Gym. Napakaganda ng gym nyo. Napaka daming supporters. So, good evening po sa inyo lahat na nanonood ngayon.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was the team manager of the Gensan Warriors, Sir Merman Flores. Magbabalik pa po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao.
Mabigat po ang aking puso habang pinagmamasdan natin ang epekto ng magnitude 7.8 na lindol sa ating mga komunidad. Marami ang nasirang bahay, gusali, paaralan, tulay at mga kalsada. Ang ilang lugar ay nahihirapan pa ring maabot dahil sa lawak ng pinsala. Pinakamabigat sa lahat, may mga buhay tayong nawala at may mga pamilyang nagdadalamhati sa oras na ito. Sa mga naulila, sa mga nasugatan, sa mga nawalan ng tahanan at sa lahat ng naapektuhan ng kalamidad na ito, nais kong ipaabot ang aking taos-pusong pakikiramay at panalangin. Nakikiisa kami sa inyong pagdadalamhati at sa inyong pagbangon. Maraming salamat sa ating mga government officials, respondents, volunteers, uniform personnel, healthcare workers at mga kawani ng gobyerno na walang pagod na nagtatrabaho upang matulungan ang ating mga kababayan. Higit sa lahat, maraming salamat sa ating mahal na Pangulo sa kanyang pagbisita sa ating lugar na naapektuhan ng lindol. Maraming salamat po Mr. President sa lahat ng tulong na ibinigay niyo po sa amin. Sa mga panahong tulad nito, higit nating kailangan ang pagkakaisa, malasakit at pananampalataya. Patuloy po tayong mag-ingat, sundin natin ang mga abiso ng ating mga otoridad. Tulungan natin ang ating mga kapitbahay at ipagdasal natin ang bawat pamilyang naapektuhan. Sa mga nais pong magpaabot ng kanilang tulong, pwede niyo pong ipadala ang inyong mga donasyon through MANNY Pacquiao Foundation at PACQUIAO'S.org, Emmanuel and Genghis Heart Foundation. Maaring malakas ang lindol na ating naranasan, ngunit higit na makapangyarihan ang ating Panginoon na may hawak ng sanlibutan. Siya may bigay ng buhay sa atin. Sama-sama tayong pabangon, sama-sama nating muling itayo ang mga nasira at sama-sama nating ipakita ang tunay na diwa ng pagkakaisa, katatagan at pagmamalasakit sa kapwa. Mahal ko kayong lahat mga kababayan ko. Patuloy po tayong magdasal para sa Sarangani and Gensan at sa lahat ng mga probinsya at city na naapektuhan ng lindol na ito. And stay strong. Ito lang po ang maiwan ko sa inyo. Stay strong in the Lord. He is our refuge, our strength, and our hope. God bless everyone because God is good all the time. Stay safe. Thank you.
Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayan di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na, MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao. MPBL na. Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas, at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan.
White Sox steps back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal! That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Sox wins the game!
Win the game. Easy long with Force Plus.
Tied ball game after the first half, 32-all between Zamboanga and Gensan. And what do you make of what both teams did in the first 2 quarters, Coach Mike?
I think it was a game of adjustment, especially come the second quarter. Lalo na sa pagkaka-adjust nitong Zamboanga. Gensan was actually doing very good shooting from 3 in that first quarter, but then humabo lang itong 3-point shot making para sa Zamboanga, where they went 4 out of 6 in the second quarter, samantalang 3 out of 7 naman itong Gensan from 3. The second chance opportunities have really been more for the Gensan, especially a couple of them coming from, or 4 points of them coming from Sean Andrews. It's the fast breaks na talagang bumawi itong Zamboanga, especially of those steals and their turnovers that they generated from the mistakes of the Gensan Warriors.
Biggest lead of Gensan earlier was at 8 points. Brandon Wilson leading the way with 8 points. 6 points from Levi Hernandez, tiglima. Galing kay Reg Gabat at Arthur Calisay para naman sa Gensan Warriors. Antonio Sebio, 3 out of 3 from beyond the arc, a total of 9 points. Hesed Gabo with 7, Mark Cruz with 5, Sean Andrews meron ng 4. In the, well, you mentioned this, how, well, Zamboanga, last game they had, Coach Mike, we covered that game. They did not have any single fast break point. But today, 16 as compared to only 4 for Gensan. So that's one thing that they rectified after that game against Binyan.
Indeed, and that is, I'd like to think, one of the scoring sources para dito sa Zamboanga. I know that they play a lot of defense, and so it helps to make the opponent pay quickly of the mistakes that they commit. And that's so far what they've been doing in this game. You get a steal, get a runoff, see if you have numbers. If you do, then go finish it. If not, then let's settle into our secondary offense and then eventually our half-court sets.
17 seconds in, Coach Elvis will use his coach's challenge.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan. Kaya yung mayanig ang bakbakan.
Upon review, the challenge was unsuccessful. Hold on the floor stays.
Unsuccessful challenge. Point si Coach Elvis Tolentino.
See this drive? Slip.
Foul daw
Yeah, that's
sa
what they,
tuhod.
I think
Dahil
yung hack.
nagkabanggaan ng tuhod, yun ba yun? O
Tingin ko dun sa hack eh.
sa hack. Tapos tuhod yung tinamaan.
Yeah.
Commissioner Emer Ureta, Mayora Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Free throws from Brandon Wilson. He now has 10 points. First guy in double figures. Labang ng Zamboanga, 34-32. Josh Fontanilla getting some minutes to start the third. Pinasok lang siya, no, in the last 25 seconds of the second quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Now he drives and he will score.
We were talking last night to some of the coaches of the Gensan Warriors, and we spoke highly of how Josh Fontanilla has fitted very well to the system of the Gensan Warriors. And he's having a lot of fun doing it.
Lumalim yung lineup nila eh.
Oo.
And Coach Elvis tried out yung kanyang tatlong acquisitions, no? Si RJ, Samboy De Leon, sila nga yung nag-start in the first quarter. Sean Andrews getting a healthy dose of minutes also, guarding Levy Hernandez.
Tsaka yung immediate impact, you see it in the very early quarter that they saw action.
For more, let's go to Gianna.
Well, talking about those acquisitions, I have a quick update on Samboy De Leon. Natapilok siya during the second quarter and he was actually limping going into halftime. Sabi niya, he developed a sprain in his right ankle pero bearable naman daw yung pain. So during halftime, immediately after taping it, he ran around the court for a little bit. He took a few shots to feel things out. At sabi niya, kaya naman daw niya makabalik sa laro kung kailangan siya. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. Yung adrenaline, nandyan pa eh.
Oo.
But interesting for the next 24 to 48 hours if that swelling will persist on that ankle. Turnaround jumper, Levy Hernandez, short. Paeng-Are, tumabaw sa ilalim, one of the better rebounding guards in the league. He draws a foul on Hesed Gabo.
Tsaka somehow pakiramdam mo dito kay Paeng-Are, gustong-gusto niya yung nasa ilalim, lalo na if he's coming off a floppy. And he's not the guy that gets that ball. He always finds his way underneath that rim, probably to secure offensive rebounds then for their opponents. And medyo feisty rin kasi ito, very active inside, kaya nakakakuha ng bola.
Brandon Wilson against RJ Minerva. Puts it on the floor. Runner by Wilson, no good. Gabo secures the rebound. Runs the break. Gabo all the way for two plus the foul.
How can anyone forget stopping the ball in the hands of one of the really good point guards this season in Hesed Gabo?
Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
And it helped that RJ Minerva gave him that little Gortat screen from a vertical standpoint and not allowing the defense to give that chase from the back of Hesed Gabo.
8-0 run by Gensan. Coach Boying Diloy. And Coach Noy Pido. Sino ba may birthday? Si Coach Noy. O si Coach Boying?
Coach Boying ba?
Coach Boying ang may birthday.
Oh my, kasi usap pa naman natin siya.
Oo nga.
Happy birthday.
Sana pala umirit tayo.
Siya nga. Siya nga, Happy birthday, Coach Boying Diloy. A member of the very first championship of Benil in 2000 alongside Coach Elvis Tolentino
Talaga?
in the NCAA.
Okay.
Whom their head coach then was the late Coach Dong Vergere.
Yes.
And the assistant coach is Coach Ronel Loterio. And he is a very basketball-minded guy, I tell you. We had a short talk with him last night, and I wanted to talk some more with him. Kaya lang meron silang kailangan asikasuhin. And you just love being around basketball minds.
Lakas ng lineup nila noon. Sunday Salvacion, Al Magpayo. I think si Mark Magsumbol was also part of that team. Sino pa ba? Si Titus Mendoza.
Oh man, hindi ko nakilala yun.
Ayun.
Sila Sunday, oo. Tsaka sila Mark.
Are fouled by Josh Fontanilla.
At kasama sa coaching staff noon si Coach Dino Enrile.
Okay. Talaga?
Coaching staff ba o player?
Hindi naman siguro player. Coaching staff.
Coaching staff. 2000 na yun, Year 2000. And Josh Fontanilla.
Natanggal yung kanyang left shoe.
Nangyari na ba sa'yo yan? Naglaro ka?
Ay, oo.
Talaga?
Pati nga shorts natatanggal eh.
Hindi, wag naman yun. Wag naman yun, shorts. Wag naman ganun ka-graphic, bro. Yung sapatos, okay pa eh.
Nangyari sa akin, tumira ako ng dress. Pagtapos ko tumira, wala na yung shorts ko eh.
Pero ang hindi ko makuha dyan, bro, is yung paano natatanggal? Kasi normally natatanggal yan pag may heavy tape ka, di ba?
LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL. Ano, yung shorts o yung sapatos?
Hindi, yung sapatos, syempre. Paano natatanggal kung hindi ka naman heavily tape? Yun ang tanong ko.
Baka hindi rin maayos yung pagkakasintas.
Siguro. High top, low top, mid cut ka ba?
Ako mid or high ako eh. Tapilukin ako eh.
Ako low cut ako ever since eh.
You know, I bought my first pair of Kobe's. And then the first time I wore them, I think I sprained my ankle so much that even though sobrang bahal, pinamigay ko, alam mo kanino?
Kanino?
Kay Kobe Saya.
Kobe Saya, promise?
No joke. No joke. And no joke also, that three-point shooting of Antonio Eusebio, he has hit 4 triples already for a total of 12 points.
Yes. And I don't think he's missed from 3 yet.
This three-point shot brought to you by the Extreme Water-Protected Speakers. Dive into music with Extreme Speakers.
He's 4 out of 4 only because he's being set up well by his teammates on those ball swings. Wow.
Pinawi naman ni Reg Gabat.
Ganda rin ang shooting ni Reg Gabat sa larong to, ha?
Minerva gives them another possession. Gabo.
2 on the ball.
Drives inside, draws a foul on Paeng Are.
Well, you see how there is such a thing in basketball that's called first touch decision. And Hesed Gabo is one of those guys that's very quick to it. As soon as he gets the ball, nakakapag-decide na siya kagad kung papasa siya o atake siya. Even in heavy pressure against that blitz or that two-man quick pressure, he's able to find a way to either give it up to a guy that's free or for him to find the rim.
And quickly heating up. Hesed Gabo, 11 points. Could be one of the front runners for that MVP award against Basilan. Despite the loss, 26 points. 20 of those coming in the last 2 quarters. 9 of 15 from the field, 6 of 6 from the line, including 8 assists.
And he really is, performing that role of being the court general para dito sa the Gensan Warriors to the liking of the entire Gensan team and even the coaching staff. And right now, you look at the shot chart, they are 4 out of 4 from the field here in the third. Samantalang itong Zamboanga, they're 1 out of 4.
Zamboanga forced into another turnover. That's their 12th already. Gensan matching their biggest lead at 8. They could extend it on this possession. Zamboanga sitting onto a 2-free zone. Hesed Gabo lines it up. Long three-point shot, fouled by Reg Gabat. 3 more free throws coming up for Hesed.
Prior to that shot attempt by Hesed Gabo, I thought I saw him wide on the wing, near the half-court line, close to the sideline. And once he saw everybody was concentrated on that action right side of the floor, that's when he started sprinting middle of the floor. Kaya nakuha niya libre yung spot na yun.
5 of his 12 points in the third. Hesed Gabo shooting above 90% from the line heading into this game. It's his first. Ryan Arenal, Eloy Tan in street clothes. Gabo, to be exact, 91.7% from the line. Just want to shout out ito yung mga dalawang bagong manlalaro ng Gensan, Samboy De Leon and Ashon Andrews. Daphne Cristobal, Coach Mark Dandan watching, Rhea Raagas. Nasa Hoops Haven sila, no?
Oh.
Dun sa court nila, Coach Cholo Villanueva, the head coach of Batangas City.
Happy viewing sa inyong dalawang mga tropa pips natin, Daphne and Coach Mark. Ano rin si Daphne, mga kwento ni Daphne about, was that Brandon earlier?
Siya nagbigay sa akin yan na lola nga niya ay from Pampanga.
I'm surprised that he's from Pampanga. Imagine if we had a Pampanga team.
3 free throws knocked down by Hesed Gabo. This is now an 11-point lead for the Gensan Warriors. We have a timeout by Zamboanga.
Get ready for the plot twist of the season. What happens when your boss falls for you but your secret is too big to reveal? Don't miss the newest Turkish drama to hit Philippine screens, Twist of Fate, weeknights at 8 p.m. on Solar Flix. Solar Flix is seen on Sky Channel 16, Signal Channel 21, on Cable Link Channel 33, and DDT Channel 21, all in Metro Manila.
Swabe pa yung ganun. Parang lagi dapat natin gawin yun. Tingin ko lang
naman tayo.
Direk,
Easy.
baka pwede
Direk Don't me, Direk. Minsan ko lang kayo pagbigyan
48-37, Brandon Wilson, the reverse. Mintis nga lang.
Sayang yun, ang ganda. Crowd was ready to erupt on a nice play. But Antonio Sebio.
Oh my goodness. On target. All night long from beyond the arc. 5 of 5 for a total of 15 points.
He has only missed a medium-range jumper, and everything else he's made.
And they've been talking about how Anton, despite his impressive numbers, has yet to tap his ceiling. And they're pretty excited about how he could grow into the player that they're envisioning him to be. Here he is. For free. It's good.
That's 6 of 6?
Yes.
Wow.
Still without a miss. 18 points for Antonio Sebio. We're so used to seeing him dunk that basketball, but not shooting the ball like this from the outside.
My goodness, this shooting from Antonio Sebio.
Gensan has outscored Zamboanga 22-5. Point blank miss by Reg Gabat.
Trailer 3 on the way.
Anton is feeling it. Got blocked that time by Brandon Wilson. Timed it beautifully.
Brandon was not having any of that anymore. And rightfully so, why not? That's the hottest hand on the floor. Alam mo, maganda kasi sa mga 3-point attempts ni Antonio Sebio. It's coming within the flow. Especially, in my opinion, off ball. No, he's not asking for it. He's just, getting to a space where he's free, and if he gets it, and he doesn't have a defender right in front, he is gonna take it.
Actually, when I observe him, he rarely takes a bad shot. In fact, sometimes, I don't know if you'll agree with me, sometimes he shies away from taking the shot. Manny Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. You kind of feel like he could be more assertive on offense if he would like to.
Right.
But oftentimes he deflects it to his teammates, not forcing the issue, playing within the flow of the offense.
Lalo na yung pag alam mo nandun siya in balance, he has the space, but he still gives it up for his teammates. But eventually, come the big games, he's gonna have to take them.
Fontanilla has yet to rest. And you kind of feel like as well, Coach Mike, that nung first half, Coach Elvis Tolentino was trying out different combinations. Now he's back to the unit that brought them that unbeaten run, 10 straight wins. Wala lang sila Jonicio saka si Kyle Tolentino.
Yeah. Pero these new guys have, katulad nga na sabi mo kanina, parang lumalim lalo yung bench no? Dumami yung options. And we're not speaking on the offensive end, it's even on the defensive side of the ball. And right now, in this quarter, Zamboanga is 1 out of 6 from the field. That is 1 out of 6. They are 0 out of 3 from the paint and 1 out of 3 from medium range. They have not gotten anything from the 3. And to me, that speaks in volume on the defense of the Gensan Warriors.
Sports Plus is the official sports book of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph.
And in this quarter, the Gensan Warriors, they're 6 of 8. 3 out of 4 from the paint and 4 out of 5 from 3.
Pero malayo pa ito Approaching the 3-minute mark, 14-point lead, still manageable if you're Zamboanga.
Yes. There, you have, explosive scorers. You have Paeng-Are, you have Levy Hernandez. Kalisay can be that guy too. Very few minutes we've seen from Turco. I think he played only for parang 1 minute lang yata nakapaglaro.
Playing today without Fortsky Padrigao.
All right, more length and rebounding.
Yeah. Who I heard,
Yeah.
got injured in practice. Pero gaya
Turco?
ng binanggit si Fortsky.
Okay.
Pero gaya ng binanggit ni Gianna, he'll be available rather for their next game next week. 8 seconds left sa shot clock ng Gensan. They have Val Acuña, Chris Porter, Adi Santos, Samboy De Leon, and Mark Cruz. Val for free. No. Hernandez the rebound, pitching it ahead to Paeng-Are. Paeng wants to post up Mark Cruz. Lost his
Travel.
footing.
Yeah, travel.
Mark Cruz pulling a chair. That's veteran smarts for you.
Alam niya may parating na pangalawa pang bunggo eh.
Oo. Almost a steal. Adi Santos catching it. Porter receives it at the post. Banging bodies with Otep Gabayni, and Otep with a block.
A good defense by Otep.
Kalisay. Gabayni is open down low. Late pass. Stolen away by Mark Cruz. Cruz gets to his spot
Oh my.
and gets it to go.
That's gotta break your heart. Zamboanga, down si Porter, libre sa ilalim si Otep Gabayni. You saw him but it was late, caused a turnover. And another points off turnover. That time on that elbow jumper by Mark Cruz.
Lead of Gensan has ballooned to 16.
Stagger.
Hernandez whips it to Paeng-Are. Back to Levy. Tightly guarded by Samboy De Leon. Otep Gabayni. A push from behind by Samboy De Leon.
And they have allowed Otep Gabayni to make those shot attempts anywhere from within the perimeter. And if he goes downhill at pa-dribble siya, they are allowing that too.
Steal of the game brought to you by the Extreme Boom Free Waterproof Speaker. Unstoppable sound, ultimate power.
Little brush screen by Chris Porter as Mark Cruz eventually ended up on that left elbow jumper. Levy has not exploded yet in this game. He's got 7. He was 2 out of 3 in the first half, got a couple of triples, and now hasn't made a field goal yet.
.5 lead by the Warriors. Zamboanga only has 9 points in the quarter. Meron din silang game na 4 points lang sila in a quarter di ba? Was that against
Zamboanga?
Binyan?
I think that was against Binyan.
Tama.
Yeah. Kasi tayo rin yun di ba?
Oo.
Ooh.
Mark Cruz over Paeng-Are. Wala. Offensive rebound, Val Acuña. Couple of pump fakes. Draws a foul on Levy Hernandez.
And it's hard for me to believe that the Gensan Warriors are out rebounding on the offensive glass itong Zamboanga. I was thinking with the presence of the big guys, especially Kalisay, Turco, Levy Hernandez, Otep Gabayni, you'd like to think they'd have advantage inside. But the Warriors have really worked themselves into the boards.
2 for 2 at the line from Val Acuña. 17-point lead enjoyed by the Warriors.
Val Acuña so far struggling from 3. He's 1 out of 5. Last time he made a 3 was in the first quarter.
No fast break points for Zamboanga here in the third. So good job by Gensan keeping them away from transition baskets itong Zamboanga. Christian Bunyag, pasa sa labas. Extra feed. Kalisa, straight away free. Short. Levi Hernandez off the dribble. Sidestep. Lays it in for 2. Levi has 9. Sorry, he now has 10 points.
You want to know why they don't have a fast break point yet here in the third quarter? Well, it's because that's the very first time that the Gensan Warriors have committed a turnover. That's turnover number 12. They had 11 in the first. And to that point, wala pa silang turnover, and the fast breaks have really come from there. Levi Hernandez with a tough finish.
Baskets have been hard to come by for Levi Hernandez tonight. Off that pin down, doesn't get it from Kalisay. Instead, they go to John Mahari. That's a good option, and he scores.
Just perfect cut right there by John Mahari. Good steal.
Mike Are can turn the corner. Levi Hernandez gets it against Mark Cruz. They will run out of time. Third quarter comes to a close. But if you're Zamboanga, that's a good way to end the quarter despite their struggles. But they will have to fend off the hot shooting of number 22, Antonio Eusebio, who had 3 of 3 triples in the first half, but adding 3 more here in the third period, Coach Mike.
And they've been sagging off on Antonio Eusebio, and that's all the space that he needs to release that ball and get his shooting arm to go for it. You know, a lot of sprays outside. Doon nakikinabang ito si Antonio Eusebio.
18 points. Maging siya hindi makapaniwala sa nagliliyab niyang kamay. Gensan in front, 58-45.
Back into the game. What kind of impact can he make? And what a steal. That way is going to even up the game. 9 in the final moments of the game. Can they make magic? White Loud wins the game.
Win the game. Easy long with Sports Plus.
Sports Plus is the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Scan the QR code to play or visit www.sportsplus.ph. 13-point lead. Mayora Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz of Pola. Also the team owner of the Mindoro Tamaraos. Commissioner Emer Oreta. Mamaya yung Mindoro kalaban ng Valenzuela in our main game. Tabla tayo, no? First and second quarter.
Yeah.
Pero nagbago yung ihip ng hangin nung third period, Coach Mike.
Oh, only because umalat yung shooting para dito sa Zamboanga. No, nagpatuloy yung mainit na shooting, lalo na for Antonio Eusebio, whose threes really spells the difference in this game. Because in that third quarter, Zamboanga was 3 out of 11 from the field. And that is tough. And you gotta force more turnovers. Just like this one, unfortunately, na turnover rin nila yung bola because in the absence of those steals that they generated fast breaks from, you know, it's been tough to score with a half-court defense being set by the Gensan Warriors.
Gensan, one of the best three-point shooting teams again this season. Ganyan din yung formula of success nila last year. Right now, top 2 in terms of three-point makes, over 11 in ball game. That time, a miss by Mark Cruz.
Seal underneath.
Paeng Are. Pasa ay Brandon Wilson. Tumikada sa tres. Yes!
He's been the most steady scorer so far for Zamboanga. Him alongside Levi. He's got 12. Or 13 rather.
Foul whistled on Mike Are, jockeying position with Josh Fontanilla. This was the 3 earlier by Brandon Wilson. 13 points, couple of threes from B-Will. Despite their struggles, again, well, they have to fend off ito si Antonio Eusebio. That's his first 2-point field goal conversion and things heating up.
A little bit of talk here going on between Levy and Coach Elvis.
Anton had something to say to Levy after that basket. RJ Minerva getting involved. Coach Elvis also had words towards the direction of Levy. Levy has had his battles against Coach Elvis Tolentino when he was with Batangas. Remember that series they had when they were the South Cotabato Warriors. Umabot ng 3 games in Season 6. Fernandez steps through, can't convert. Larry Rodriguez nakuha yung rebound. I was about to say earlier before that basket by Eusebio, Zamboanga is still within striking distance here. A lot of time left. Pasa sa labas, Minerva for 3. Way off, but they fail to box out Larry Rodriguez.
Boy, offensive rebounding once again. Being a part of how Gensan has attacked offensively.
Brandon Wilson trying to shake off RJ Minerva, forcing it. That time not even close.
Oh!
Fontanilla blocked. Ari brothers together on the floor. .16-point lead right now for the Gensan Warriors. Fontanilla, hinintay pa niya, got blocked.
Nice slips. Ayun, natanggal na naman yung sapatos.
Dalawa na yan.
Dalawa na. Siya rin ba yung kanina? Hindi yata yun, no? I think siya rin.
Siya din.
Siya din, di ba?
Hindi mahigpit nga yung pagkakatani ng sapatos. Eusebio tried to locate RJ Minerva. Pass deflected. Gabayni, susugod. Lot of contact, no whistle.
Former teammate, RJ Minerva with the Huskers.
Oo. Extreme ang subok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas. 16-point lead. Gabo returning here. Heset behind the back dribble. Wants a screen from RJ Minerva. Gives it to Josh Fontanilla. Stepping back, long 2-point shot off the back iron. Running start for Paeng Are. Pass Heset Gabo to beat. Side step, lays it in. First transition basket for Zamboanga in this half.
No, they're still in it.
Eusebio fouled hard. He'll have to earn it from the line.
And he was going right middle of the paint, understanding that he had that space. And John Mahari wanted to give it a chase, pero yun nga, no, tumama. See this drive right here? Yeah, definitely got fouled on the way.
Anton hits the first free throw. Started playing basketball at 13 years old in Canada, and really took it seriously when he was 17 years old. Played 2 years for UP before transferring and then playing another 2 years for Benil, si Antonio Eusebio. MANNY Pay is the digital wallet built for the community. 66-50, 16-point advantage. Pagsak si Mahari. Merong hatak laban sa Gensan. Gabo picks up his 4th foul. Baseline inbound, Reg Gabat will trigger it in. Joined by Joseph Gabayni, John Mahari, Paeng Are, and Brandon Wilson. Gabat off the dribble. This is one guy that hasn't really been missing.
Oh, yeah.
Si Reg Gabat. Gabayni sticking with it. 2 free throws coming up for Otep.
I would have to agree with you on that. Rich Gaba talagang kailangan ng Zamboanga.
Let's go to Gianna.
If there's a time to overcome an elite team, now is the time to do it. Yun ang pinaalala ni Coach JR sa players niya going into this last quarter. Gensan has been giving Zamboanga a good fight, but he also reminded the Sikat that they're a lot younger overall than their opponents. So they need to use that to their advantage. Brandon Wilson was tasked to pick up the energy for his team right now. Habang si Joseph Gabayni naman ay sinabihan that he has to lead that inside pressure. Chance rin daw ito ng new additions to prove that they can change Zamboanga's pace. Back to you guys.
At yun naman yung dahilan kaya dinala nila si Otep Gabayni dito, no? Giving them that interior presence, wide body down low, be physical, and also be a leader. This guy's a veteran already. Mark Cruz, no good. And Gabayni with a rebound. Tatakbo ang Zamboanga. Brandon Wilson hops into the lane. No good. Eusebio, his first rebound of the ball game.
They still have a lot of time, Zamboanga.
66-51, Gensan, 15-point lead. Gabo drives, found the angle to kiss it off the glass and in. Gabo with 17 points. Approaching the halfway point of the fourth. Brandon Wilson takes the free and makes it. Third triple of the ball game for B-Will. 16 points. But not a lot of help. No Fortsky Padrigao tonight.
Yeah, that's the thing that they're missing also. Fortsky is good for about 10 points per game and 5 assists.
Gabo Mintes. Would have loved to see that matchup between Gesed Gabo and Fortsky Padrigao.
Oh, nga.
Gabayni sa loob. Scores 2, 7 points and 8 rebounds for Joseph Gabayni.
Down 12. Still got time.
Layo pa nito.
Oh, layo pa niyan.
Mark Cruz. Gabo and Cruz on the floor together.
Oh,
Cruz, pull-up jumper, no good. Ninth rebound from Otep Gabayni.
Mismatch.
Foul on the floor. Mark Cruz will pick up foul number 2.
Transition, ang bilis rin bumaba ng Gensan Warriors. This was the drive earlier.
Play of the
Tira.
game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL. Yeah,
Lalim ng tira na yan, ang hirap.
nagawa ng paraan. Timeout from Gensan. They're up by 12, 68-56.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yung bayanigang pagbakan.
Paula fans awaiting the homecoming of the Mindoro Tamaraws. Kalaban nila ang Valenzuela City Dark Horse later.
Yep.
After this one, muli po Ken Pangilinan, Coach Mike Perez, and Gianna Llanes. Coming to you live from the Pola Gymnasium. A full-size crowd as usual. 4 times last season we played here. 2 elimination round games, 2 play-in games. And the home court advantage came in handy. Actually, the only loss Mindoro had was against Zamboanga. They were 3-1 at home last season. Had a pair of wins against Parañaque and Muntinlupa. Lost to Zamboanga, but they still had 1 shot and beat Cebu. That was a thrilling game, to say the least.
Oh, wow. Brandon Whistle gonna work now.
10 na lang ang lamang,
Oh.
68-58. Under 4 minutes left. Zamboanga making a run. Gabo using that quarter screen. Minerva Also offering
Oh,
it.
wow.
Wilson almost came away with a steal. Eusebio. Now it's with Chris Porter. 4 on the shot clock. Porter over Gabayni. Wala. Fight for the rebound. Last touch si John Mahari.
Grabe yung athletic ability ni Brandon Wilson, ano. One, he was too deep to even, get quickly in that passing lane. Pero alam niya, papunta kay Anton, eh.
Josh Fontanilla working on Reg Gabat.
Blitzed.
Gabo. Gabayni not in the paint. But good thing, Paeng Are secures the rebound. At tinamaan sa muka. Foul will be called on the Warriors.
Are they challenging this though? Meron pa ba silang challenge?
Gabo fouls out.
Yeah, that's why I was asking if they were going to challenge.
He will finish with 17 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. 4 of 9 from the field, 8 of 9 from the line.
Lumalabas deep.
Oh, bad pass. Fontanilla gets the steal.
Wow.
That's a costly turnover. Reg Gabat gives it up to Gabayni.
Snap space.
Wants to post up Chris Porter. Gabayni powering through, lays it in. Otep Gabayni going to work.
Well, he had to work hard for those couple of points. Now it's up to Mark Cruz and Josh Fontanilla to handle that point guard spot. Chris.
Short. Gabayni 9 points and 9 boards. Brandon
Downhill.
Wilson crossover. Kicks it out to Paeng Are. I thought he had a shot.
Yeah, me too. I thought he had a shot.
Are sizing up the defense of Chris Porter. Drives. Pass to the corner. Reg Gabat from downtown.
Now that is big.
Massive run by Zamboanga. Paeng Are almost had no space, but had the wits to find Reg Gabat. Now has 10 points and more importantly, just a 7-point ball game. 2 minutes and 18 seconds left. Play of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Yeah, beautiful pass right there over to Mahari. You always love that when you get that ball swung over to the elbow side, you get a weak side cut, especially from a big man like John Mahari.
Mayora Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz, Commissioner Emma Ureta. All smiles in the first home game of the Mindoro Tamaraws. They will be featured later against the Valenzuela City Dark Horse. Ken Pangilinan with Coach Mike Perez and Gianna Lianes covering these sets of games. Pressure being applied by Zamboanga. Cruz almost lost it. They cross the timeline. Fontanilla soars but can't score. Fight for the rebound. Last touch ang Zamboanga. Fresh 14 for the Gensan Warriors. Gensan has Josh Fontanilla, Chris Porter, Antonio Eusebio, RJ Minerva, and Mark Cruz. Gabo fouling out in this one. No Kyle Tolentino and Marwin Junicio. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. 7 seconds sa shot clock ng Gensan. Fontanilla receives it. Paubos ng shot clock ng Gensan. Fontanilla, wala.
Rebound.
Mahari able to save it to Reg Gabat. Brandon Wilson attacks the defense. Can't score. Gabayni there to clean it up. Joseph Gabayni. What a performance in his debut. 11 points and 10 rebounds. A foul on Zamboanga, not yet over the limit.
Boy, those crucial makes. Field goals by Joseph Gabaini. This was that drive by Brandon Wilson. He thought he had advantage, got that bump, but Joseph Gabaini staying with it and able to get a second chance opportunity, sticking it back in.
Proving his worth immediately in their first game. Joseph Gabaini. What a return here with Zamboanga. Mark Cruz got hit. No whistle. Still a lot of time left on the shot clock. It's a kick ball. So Gensan getting a break. Fontanilla, Cruz, Minerva, Eusebio, and Porter. Fontanilla. Without Heset Gabo, how can they generate offense?
And even to set up the table for the Gensan Warriors, yun yung nami-miss mo without Heset Gabo in there. He's really the guy that settles everybody down. And look at him, calling all the troops as he's trying to get into a quick huddle with Coach Elvis.
It definitely helps that you have a backup point guard in Mark Cruz, who's a steady decision maker for Gensan. 70-65. Gensan was already ahead by 17 points. 68-51. But Zamboanga refusing to fold, making a comeback. And they get the possession back. They don't necessarily need a three at this juncture. A lot of time left.
And they've shot the ball very well from the field. They are 5 of 9 from the perimeter. And then overall, they are 8 of 12 from the field.
Paeng-are, bumagsak si Reg Gabat. Gabaini at the elbow against Chris Porter. Floater is up, no good. Wasn't really in balance for that shot. I'm not sure about that foul by Reg Gabat though. Still a lot of time left on the clock.
Yeah. They were only down 2 possessions. You don't want to send anybody to the line. Both teams are already in penalty.
Fontanilla, a 73.9% shooter from the line this season.
So at best, they get a couple here. That's good.
Missed a couple of free throws though earlier.
Oh.
This ulit. So make or miss, this remains a two-possession ball game.
Yeah.
58 seconds to go.
This now is just a matter of clock management. This would look like a 2-for-1 with the full use of the clock for Zamboanga.
Although if you're Zamboanga, you'll need a lot more possessions. You want to score quick.
That's right.
Wilson, challenge 3, masyadong malakas. Long rebound. Last touch si Otep Gabaini.
That's their first missed 3 in this quarter. They were 3 out of 3 previous to this one. And that shot by Brandon off that left corner 3 was the first miss from beyond the arc.
Referees could review the last out-of-bounds play under the last 2 minutes.
Because it happened right in front of us, it looked like it touched the outside before it went to Joseph.
Oo.
Okay. That'll stay. That was a quick one.
6-point lead, 42 seconds left. Gensan looking to milk the clock. This is one guy you don't want to foul, Mark Cruz.
Yes.
But looks like Zamboanga will play it out. Are trying to pressure Mark Cruz. Foul on John Mahari.
You could have fouled earlier if you eventually were gonna foul.
Yun nga eh.
Kasi sayang yung oras.
Mark Cruz will shoot 2 free throws. 91.7% from the line this season, Mark Cruz. Mintis yung una. It's quite ironic that both Hesed Gabo and Mark Cruz are shooting exactly the same percentage heading into tonight's game, 91.7%.
From the line?
Oh,
Wow.
getting the split and more importantly, making this a 3-possession ball game. We have a timeout by Zamboanga, down by 7. We'll be right back after this short break.
Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan. Kaya ang bayan ay magpapakay. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang pupunan. Basketball muna tayo. Iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin. Sa droga ay wag.
Antonio Sebio has 22 points, leading all scorers tonight. And a huge reason why Gensan is up by 7, 27 seconds remaining. Zamboanga, one last ditch to try to catch up. Cut by Brandon Wilson, pushed and fouled by RJ Minerva.
I thought they could have gone early to the clock, but again, this is already a 3-possession game. And so it is going to be tough for Zamboanga to even steal this one. Best chance that they had was that kanina, no, yung missed 3 ni Brandon Wilson. Had that gone in, this would have been a 1-possession game.
Tatlo na lang sana yun.
Oo.
But credit them, despite not having Forsky Padrigao, and then coming off the heels of that blowout loss against Binyan, they did a much better job of making this a tighter ball game.
Yes.
Brandon Wilson, who struggled in the first half.
Kasi we were speaking of the impact of Forsky for Zamboanga.
Yep.
You're technically missing about 10 points and 5 assists per game.
B. Will, 12 of his 20 points in the second half. 72-67, Eusebio finds
Foul.
Chris Porter. Quick foul, 17 seconds left to lengthen the game if you're Zamboanga. Pwede pa ito especially if Porter can't hit his free throws.
But they got to score quick on their end of the floor.
Chris Porter, 66.7% from the line. Itong free throw na ito, din sa atin yung next stream, usubok at kompletong appliances brand ng Pilipinas.
Yeah. Kasi the tricky part about yung mga close na ganyan, close clock and situations where you're counting possessions is that you always think you're down 5, so you only have to score either a quick 3 and then a 2. So naisip mo lang, it's just you need 5 points, but really it's a 3 plus possibly mag-score yung kalaban mo. So you're gonna need to get that stop also in the middle. That's why it's very tricky in terms of clock management.
Porter managing to hit both. Balik sa 7 lamang. Brandon Wilson, siya na magbababa. 11 seconds remaining. And Gensan looks poised to hold on to it for a victory. They had a tough stretch where they lost to Abra, their very first loss. Had a pair of wins against cellar dwellers in the north, Parañaque and Manila. Tapos natalo sila nitong huling laban nila against Basilan. And they got tested tonight by the Zamboanga Sikat. But credit Antonio Sebio and the rest of the Gensan Warriors. Test of character for them tonight. Paeng Are lines it up, puts it in. Coach Elvis Tolentino will make sure, despite them up by 4 seconds left.
And Mark Cruz made a mistake of not staying attached to Paeng Are. You've seen how he knocks down those shots from the outside. Kaya yung paglapit niya kanina, yung kagad sinabi ni Coach Elvis sa kanya, the space.
10 points for Paeng Are. We have a timeout. We'll be right back.
Kapag may labay nagkakaisa, Luzon, Visayas,
74 seconds left. All Gensan has to do is inbound this one, and it's night-night. Foul by Zamboanga. That should do it. 2 seconds left. Fontadilla, all he has to do is sink this free throw, and it's a done deal for Gensan. Mintis pa din.
Door still open.
Well, ang pwede lang naman tumalo dito sa... Well, ang pwedeng mag-force ng overtime.
3 and a foul.
4-point play.
3 and a foul. Malay mo. There you go.
And that's gonna do it. Gensan Warriors hold on and remain at the top of the South Division. But they had to deal with this Zamboanga squad. Joseph Gabayni had a strong performance, 11 points in his first game back with Zamboanga. Brandon Wilson had 20 to lead the way for their squad. And also surviving the early exit of Vincent Gabo, who fouled out with 3 minutes left. Our best player of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the MPBL.
Well, making 85% of his 3 points attempts, missing only 1, 6 of 7 from 3. Almost close to 29 minutes of action, 22 points, 3 rebounds, a couple of assists, 1 block. Just complete performance by Antonio Sebio.
22 points, 6 of 7 from 3. Antonio Sebio getting the job done. Gensan with a win over Zamboanga, 75-70. And well, we'll feature 2 Canadians because Anton is standing by with Gianna.
22 points for number 22, our best player of the game, Antonio Sebio of the Gensan Warriors. Anton, let's talk about this matchup with Zamboanga first. They really tested you guys. At the half, you were tied, but what do you feel like you guys had to do to get past them?
To be honest, we really just needed to up our intensity in our defense. I mean, Coach emphasized to us that we just gotta keep pounding at them.
Antonio had 6 out of 7 3-pointers today. I mean, our panel said that you usually have a great game, but today was exceptional. Is there anything that gave you that extra boost, extra motivation for this game?
Well, coming from our last game, like, we lost, and I mean, individually, like, I really did not do really well. So coming in today's game, I had a mentality switch to be aggressive.
Anton, my fellow Canadian, I'm sure a lot of people back home are super proud of your performance today. So why don't you say what's up to them and to everybody supporting the Gensan Warriors?
I just want to give a special thanks to Armor On, MANNY Alpha Anytime Fitness, Sports Plus, Acropolis Loyola, Boss Axie Robles, and to all the Gensan fans, and to Mayora Lorelie Pacquiao and Consial Michael Pacquiao. And prayers up for Gensan. And for my family back home, my mom, my dad, my older brother and his fiance, and my coming soon to be niece, and my girlfriend, and my little brother.
Well, congratulations. That was our best player of the game, Anton Eusebio of the Gensan Warriors. Our player of the game is brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL. Back to you, Ken and Coach Mike.
Thanks so much, G. And Gensan improves to 13-2. Up next, the home game of the Mindoro Tamaraws, and they will take on the visiting Valenzuela City Dark Horse. And huwag kayong alis mga kaliga dahil magbabalik pa po ang ika-8 season ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Bawat Pilipino sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. Sa Luzon, sa Visayas at Mindanao. MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball